I did do a video about this, and I ended up getting off topic. So we had 3 horses go to the vet today: Spitfire, Easy in the Turns, Halley in the Clouds. No shocking results found, but very telling results found. So we're going to start with Spitfire overseas. Run-of-the-mill stuff, maintenance stuff. He's a big trotter. His knees are bothering. Right knee more than left knee, which is not shocking either. Left ankle had some soreness in it, and right lower hock. So you can see all these things kind of work off of one another. Even though I believe that right knee, I didn't see any lameness the other day, and I've never seen any lameness. James never mentioned any lameness. By what I mean lameness is where you can see a head nod, where you can see him look off or look physically sore. None of that was detected, just in the way he was driving on the right line a little bit hard, in the turns, out of gear a little bit. So what James was saying the other day about the way he traveled, what we see from watching him, all this is exactly what the vet had found. Right knee, left hind ankle was a little tender because of that right knee, and the right hind lower hock was a little tight also. So Dr. McKee did those 3 things. I think she did both knees, left hind ankle, right lower hock today, if I'm not mistaken. Now, when it comes to the 2 fillies, very similar but different. I told you guys this the other day, both in what I saw. Their body language was similar, but much more pronounced with Easy in the Turns than Hallieintheclouds. Now, Hallieintheclouds, both those fillies, I felt over the last few weeks, not as much Hallie has regressed, but she just hasn't pushed through like the other horses. She seems to be in a holding pattern. And can we safely get her through that? What did the vet think? She was the only question mark I had for today. I was sure Spitfire, it wasn't a big deal. It was maintenance. Easy in the Turns, we'll talk about her in a second. But Hallieintheclouds, I just thought there may be something going on there, and there wasn't. There wasn't anything. Just sore on her knees. And I always thought she was a little off left hind, and I asked her specifically to look close at the left hind. She said, I can't find anything in her left hind at all. Not in her ankle, sesamoid pastern, any of the ligaments there, nothing in the hock, stifle, nothing up high. She doesn't present anywhere off left hind to me. Well, you're the vet. I will defer to your judgment when it comes to the filly. She said her knees are sore. Not that I would call chronic. She goes, they did take a picture of them, an x-ray of them, and nothing serious, no shocking developments, just needed some work done on her knees. So that's telling in its own right. Now, the muscle mass breed, as you can see, these are both muscle mass fillies, and this is a very, these things are indicative of the breed. You see it happen this time of year. So Hallie, we just did her knees, and we're gonna, as I say it, I'm thinking to myself, do I want to change her shoes? Because even though she's regressing a bit, even though she's a little sore on her knees, is there something we can do to help her a little bit more? Razor pads, maybe, instead of flip-flops? I don't know. Or maybe we just back off and let her grow up. That's an option also. So we'll see. But the good news is that she has a green light moving forward. Now, that green light doesn't mean we just push right forward. We're going to be a little careful with Hallie over the next month. She's a little bit bigger than your average horse. She's a big-boned, really strong filly. Let's get her back on the top of her game. So you're probably going to see us. There might be 3 or 4 of these babies in Ontario, and definitely here also, where you just say, well, we're just going to back off a little ways with them. And it goes back, it speaks to exactly what we talk about, the cliche when the horses are, talking, you need to listen. And that's where we're at with Hallieintheclouds. Now, as it comes to Easy in the Turns, she's a little bit further down that path. A little bit of, there was no tears, no lines, no cracks, no OCDs. Left hind, she's got long pasture, and Dr. McKee thought that, those ligaments were really starting to work, and her knees were very sore. So that is important. I actually gave it to you backwards. Her knees are very sore, and because of that, she's loading a lot of weight behind, and those ligaments are really starting to work behind. She's starting to get really tight in them, sore at the branches, but as I said, no, I guess, marbling, no tears or little stress issues in there. But that's on the track we're on right now, where if you continue to push forward with this filly, that's where you may very well end up with her. So looking at her as a filly that did everything so beautifully and fluidly all winter, as we got through the winter into the spring, she started to regress a little bit. Then she started to make breaks. She wasn't comfortable. She seemed a little off on her knees and off left hind. Exactly the same as Hallieintheclouds. The same thing's happening, just a little more stressful when it comes to Easy in the Turn. So I think it's only fair we take a very serious look at this and say, okay, where are we going right now with with Easy in the Turns and Hallieintheclouds. The vet is comfortable with saying you have a green light with Hallieintheclouds. Just proceed with caution. Just watch yourself. Whereas Easy in the Turns, she said, if you proceed, it should be with strict caution. I would think, looking at this filly, to be fair, I would maybe say give her some time off. Which, as she's trying to say this to me, I'm already thinking about it. I'm just happy she didn't have any cracks, tears, or OCDs. As far as giving her time off, I think I was always reserved to that point. She's not as big as Hallie, but she still is a little more soft, a little more frail. So we are going to stop with Easy in the Turns. Probably kick her out in the field for a month or so, bring her back, jog her up. We still have, you guys, you have to remember too, we still have all those stakes in the fall for the fillies, the autumn series, the this and the that. And I believe that, I believe this filly is much more geared physically towards being ready later in the summer. There's nothing wrong with that at all. So we always have to do what's right for the horse, regardless of what I think, what you think, or anybody else thinks. At the end of the day, the horse herself has made it very clear. She's just going to need a little time. So nothing shocking about today's vet appointments. Spitfire Overseas, full speed ahead. Hallieinthecloud, proceed with caution, but again, green light with her, and a little more cautionary tale with Easy in the Turns. Maybe give her some time off. There's nothing wrong with that. So with that, I am going to let you go. This is 3 videos I got to load for you. A day that turned out frustrating with the car fan not working and trying to work through a ton of stuff has turned out okay. In case any of my partners have missed it, Tailgate Buzz will be racing in Oak Grove Raceway. Kentucky licenses for anybody over 5%, over 4%, please. Heading into this week, he's going to stay there, and I think he'll like it there. He's going to stay there straight through till the latter part of May, where we get into that June 3rd staking for him. It just seems to me April 17th, 18th to end of May, we have 6 weeks where we don't have a lot of classes. I'm looking at what they're doing here. He'd have to go in the non-winners of 6 at Northfield Park. That's where Per Lucky's racing. That is where we're going to race Austral Hanover, and even I'm a little concerned about that, but we do have to get them racing. So I believe we found a soft spot for Tailgate Buzz. Let's look into getting him going. So he will be racing on Sunday. Took a Dive Off Dipper will be racing this weekend, as will Per Lucky. I'm looking and bidding on a horse right now to buy for the maiden non-winners, a 2 type situation for Oak Grove, also a pacer. We'll be sending Landing Strip down there again for my partners in own Landing Strip. He will be heading to Kentucky after Thursday's qualifier, and a couple other horses we'd like to get down there. It's a good spot to be right now. The money is very good. When it comes to Tailgate Buzz, I think he races for like $12,000 to $15,000. That's almost, not quite, 60% of the Stallion Series money he's going to race for all year. So good purse money, kind of watered down classes. Let's see if we can get them down there and do some damage before the stakes season starts. So with that, I'm going to let you guys go. I hope you had a great day. It's cold day. We just have Columbus racing tonight, and then a whole slew of horses on Thursday night. So with that, I'll let you go. Take care. Bundle up. Still chilly out there. Bye-bye.